Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of tech news, gadget views, and answers that you can use. And yes, I'm just a little sick, or about to become very sick. Just returned from CES. I did my best to share as much as I could share with my experiences there, meeting some of you on site at the AMD booth. Very, very grateful that AMD sponsored that particular trip. I hope to work with AMD closer in the future. So if you don't mind, and I don't think you will, I'm going to try to keep the Locker Gnome Daily Report short for now. Suffice it to say, I will be posting more CES videos as I get the headspace, that is clearing all the phlegm out of it first, to actually edit the videos and get them ready to put onto YouTube. Unlike some entities, I do not have a 50-person team, even a 10-person team. It was primarily just myself and Diana helping me at CES, and then we also had the help from Lance, who recorded some footage and also helped us get around town since he was local. You could see more about Lance in the vlog. He was very, very wonderful the entire time, as was his entire family. You'll meet them in the vlog as well. So I wanted to remind everybody, tomorrow, even if I am sick, I'm going to do this. Ow, ow. Okay. You know when your muscles just kind of feel sore and you haven't done anything, and then you lift something and then, ow, they're really sore? Okay, don't do that with an iMac. However, this particular iMac might be yours. All you need to do is retweet the tweet that we linked at the top of this video description. So I wanted to cover a few articles that we had posted. Not really going to show them up, but some questions that we specifically answered on the revamped LockerGnome.com. I showed it off the other day. It's really easy for you to see all the latest questions and answers and reviews and tips that we've posted for you right there. Of course, then also the latest TLDR, which you may be watching on LockerGnome.com right now. We posted a Q&A on Windows 7 versus Windows 8 versus Ubuntu for laptops, and it boils down to, believe it or not, driver issues. If you buy the laptop with Windows 7 in mind, you may not have a great experience with Ubuntu, possibly have a good experience with Windows 8, and the same goes true for the other operating systems. Hands-on with Ubuntu Phone at CES 2013, that's not a Q&A, I actually got to touch and hold and play with the Ubuntu Phone at CES because you requested it, so hopefully you guys like that video in the channel. I did my best for you guys, I really did. Should you pay for anti-malware programs? This was another question asked by some of you out there, and I'm of the mindset that, you know, free can get you so far, but then sometimes you want to pay for something, if only for fantastic support. And usually for fantastic support, you got to pay. And you don't have to pay a lot of money. I mean, it's not like you're going to just get run out of your house because you're spending so much money on anti-malware software. 5 cheaper alternatives to the iPad mini. That's right, 5. We found 5 of them for you. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up here in the background and let you know that I saw so many different gadgets at CES. I'm going to do my best to give you my thoughts on CES and the trends, the greater trends that I saw there, and I think you're going to be surprised. I'm going to flesh that out, of course, once I heal or get a little better than I am right now. I'm fresh off the plane, and we were late for it this morning. Again, you'll find out about that in today's vlog, or the vlog that we'll upload, that we recorded today in another day. So there's, of course, the Nexus 7, the Kindle Fire HD, Acer Iconia Tab A110. People do seem to like that thing. There's a Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0, and of course the Barnes & Noble Nook HD. I'm not a huge fan of the Barnes & Noble tablets, and more than anything, the Barnes & Noble policy where you have your purchases tied to a specific credit card versus an account, I think is kind of not good. Tethercell. Now this is another video that I had uploaded to the channel, a little product that I found. I'm not going to dive into details right now here, but suffice it to say I saw it in person, I saw it work, and you can see me play with it right there on the YouTube video that we embedded in the link. Of course the links are in the video description here. We had a question to come in, why should I consider a Windows Phone 8 device? And there are many reasons you might want to consider a Windows Phone 8 device. 1, the hardware can be good. 2, it's a budding platform. 3, you use Windows in general. I mean, desktop Windows or laptop Windows. Okay, I know it's all Windows, but if you live in Windows 8, it might make more sense for you to use something like Windows Phone 8 versus Android, depending, of course, on which services you choose to use. If you live inside of Google's world, Android would be a better option for you. If you live inside of Microsoft's world, yeah, it's going to be Windows Phone 8. And speaking of Windows Phone 8 and companies, I got this from Nokia the other day, and it's not just an average USB charger. It came in 3 colors. They gave me a black one. It has the capacity of 2,200 milliamp hours, so it could give you a pretty big boost on your smartphone should it be dying. And this is the big deal, a 950 milliamp fast charging. So basically the output power can charge your phone or whatever device that you plug it into, so long as it's supported. Well, with a USB cable, assuming you have devices with a USB cable, you can get, sorry, your smartphone or your device charged up. They gave this away because we came to one of their private breakfasts that they actually, put out there, and it didn't make, terribly private. You could have joined us, and everybody who came got one of these fast charging devices. So this one is apparently a white one. I will be using this, absolutely. A question that came in, are game consoles going to be surpassed by mobile phones? And I think we kind of talked about this before, so I don't want to dive in too deeply, but the bottom line is, consoles, as they stand right now, hardware-wise, are going to be replaced with mobile devices that are just as capable in the coming years as today's consoles. The HAPIfork demonstration on YouTube, the APU Innovator, and it's basically a quad-core system on chip. And if you are familiar at all with processors, you may want to dive deeper into that one. We also posted a review of the LG Nexus 4. That's the E960, and it is, according to the report, and this was just a guest blog post, a thorough review, writing about design and display, memory and data, camera, Google Now, voice search, battery, and a list of pros and cons. And I think that's a bigger deal for a lot of you who may not have the time and are just looking for the long and short of it. We had also posted, just scrolling down the list here, again, the same list you see in this video's description. Is Adobe Flash Player part of the Adobe Creative Suite? And it kind of is, but isn't. The Flash Player is separate. You don't need to pay anything to Adobe to download the Flash Player. This question was actually asked by my mom, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to answer here in the video. So the Flash Player, completely different from the Creative Suite, at least the new version of the Creative Suite. I believe we shared the other day that an older version of the Creative Suite, Adobe has made free. And I'll confirm that again for you. If I'm wrong, feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but I know that came across my radar the other day. A good question. Should you get a Windows 8 or should you get Windows 8 on a custom PC? Guys, I'm doing my best. Thank you for appreciating the effort. You could, but again, much like with Ubuntu or getting Windows 8 on a system that was built for Windows 7, you may be dealing with driver issues. And I think that's the biggest problem you might run into. You could build a custom PC. I would recommend building a custom PC with a touchscreen and having that and making sure the drivers for all the system components are compatible with Windows 8. I think you'll be fine with building a custom PC. It may be far more affordable than what you could buy off the shelf, or certainly more customizable, so long as the system components are compatible with the OS. See, this is a way we're starting to build these articles around the questions you guys are asking, so feel free to ask them. The link, of course, is on the front page of lockergnome.com. He has a third-generation iPad with his name and number engraved on it, and he's wondering, could he remove the engraving? For the most part, you're going to mar the device. You're kind of out of luck. I suppose if you rubbed it long enough, it might eventually kind of disappear. But you'd be probably better off the next time you go for an engraving, not putting your name and number on it necessarily. I know that might sound cool, but maybe put that on the label. I know that may not look cool, but maybe think about putting on an inspirational quote, date of an important event, the name of a specific company, just your name alone, not necessarily your personal contact details. And that's exactly what this person did. Martin X, or XE, not sure how to say his last name. XE, that's not EXE, that's EKSE. Why should you use Google+? It's a good question. I've talked about it at length. I'm happy with Google+. However, Google+ seems to be overrun by people who only like Google products, and if you talk about any other products, you're pretty much run out of town. Just about every comment thread there devolves into personal attacks, or certainly attacks on your personal choices, and the environment on Google Plus is kind of soured, to tell you the truth, and I've done my best to correct that. Unfortunately, it's kind of overrun with, at least a part of my community, with people who are kind of rude to others. They believe in one worldview and that's theirs, and I don't consider those kinds of people a part of my community. You have your own choices, I have my own choices. I share these links. I don't care who asked the question. I'm going to do my best to answer it. And unfortunately, a lot of Google Plus users are intent on turning everything into a smartphone platform war. Not a fan of that. Fan of Google Plus, not a fan of every person there because it's open. I mean, you can make it as open or closed, but it's certainly more open than the average Facebook page. How to improve your video performance on your Retina MacBook Pro. Another question that came in, and I'm just kind of showing just a few of these articles as I go along, not every single one of them. Question was asked by Jared Kosanovic. I was very happy to say that I improved my video performance by downloading QuickRes, and I detailed it at length on the article, talking about what was going on with it and why there's an issue with video performance. Not just necessarily what the graphics look like. That's completely different from what the graphics performance happens to be. It's a little slower with the newer Retina display MacBook Pros. The graphics don't show up as animations are stuttery, and I hate stutter. You know me, I hate stutter. I don't care if Apple makes it. If it stutters, I hate it. Kickstarter tips, we've posted those. How to remove Services.exe virus in Windows 7. Someone asked how to fix that problem, and going back to the idea of paying for anti-malware software, we have some recommendations for you. I also wanted to let you know that we have a Google Chrome extension for free that you can install. So when we upload a new video to the YouTube channel, it'll notify you in your toolbar. Kind of cool and free and really easy. Just click install and you're good to go. You can send anonymous system data if you want, or you can opt out of that process. It's not a big deal. Elsewhere in the news, Apple's Phil Schiller has dispelled rumors of a cheap iPhone. No shock there. Apple's a premium product, or creates premium products and premium experiences. Samsung Galaxy S2 Plus revealed with dual-core 1.2 gigahertz CPU and Jelly Bean. Amazon's auto-rip service goes live, and what that is, if you purchase CDs from Amazon going all the way back to 1998, they will automatically show up as MP3s for free in your music library. So I hope you bought CDs on Amazon.com. It may have just paid off for you. You don't have to rip them anymore. It just automatically happens, and they're giving that to you. Amazing, Amazon. That's a great service. Three top U.S. wireless carriers are ready to embrace BlackBerry 10. I'm ready to look at it as well. I heard some good things from crackberry.com. I met Kevin there at the show floor, and he's a really nice guy. Kind of got his insight, and he's kind of excited about it as well. Go figure. A lot of BlackBerry enthusiasts out there. And then to wrap it up, Lenovo is confirming Windows Phone 8 handset plans. You have to pardon just came back from Vegas. My eyes still hurt. My ears still can't hear everything, even a foot across the room. Bottom line is that's not stopping Lenovo from releasing or confirming Windows Phone 8 handset plans, like actual phones that don't probably look like that, unless that's what it looks like. Michael Pipe 1888 writes, help me with blogging. How do I get the word out? Well, you blog and then you participate. If you're not commenting on other blogs, you got a problem. If you're not participating in other communities, you got a problem. I don't care if you're the greatest writer in the world. If you're not sharing those words with other people who don't know who you are, you're going to blog and no one's going to find it, ever, because there are a lot of people blogging. That's just a fact. So you build up your Twitter engagement, build up your Facebook engagement, build up your YouTube engagement, your Google Plus engagement. Instagram, doesn't matter which social service you use. You can use each one of these to propel attention to your blog. And you absolutely should. You have to participate off-site to generate interest on-site. And I've said that pretty much from the beginning of blogging. Most people don't know who you are. Most people don't know who I am. That's okay. I'm very glad you know who I am. Thanks again for paying attention. Thank you for sharing this video. If you weren't annoyed by my voice, I'm going to do my best to rest it. Hopefully we'll not get sicker, although I'm sure this isn't helping. But thanks for sharing the video. Thanks for subscribing, not just to this, but the free Locker Gnome newsletter on lockergnome.com. And of course, for just being you. And that's awesome. We'll see you later.